The Bhagavad Gita is one of the greatest books of knowledge and wisdom regarding human life ever written. It is a myth that Gita is meant only for those who opt for sannyas or renouncing the world. It would be wrong to infer that reading of Gita takes you away from life. In fact, every reading of the book, the Bhagavad Gita, gives you greater insight into the various facets of life, particularly the importance of duty and how to control mind. The book comprises dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. It takes place at the most unexpected place, that is, when the two armies of Kauravas and Pandavas have gathered in the battlefield of Kurukshetra and they are ready to begin the battle. Sanjay, through the grace of Shri Ved Vyasji, has been blessed with a divine ability to watch the happenings of the battlefield while sitting in the palace. He relates these happenings to his blind master, King Dhritarashtra. The prime subject of the Bhagavad Gita emphasizes the need of all humans to perform their duty. It becomes explicit that the greatest happiness one can get is only through successful performance of one's duty. Action has been considered as something which no mortal can ever avoid. Those who, out of laziness or procrastination, do get the vicious cycle of physical inaction, if they get into that, they are the worst sufferers. They may not be physically carrying out anything, doing any work, but their mind continues to work. The mind of a person does not stop at all when he is awake. In fact, it doesn't stop even when the person is asleep, though in that condition we may not know what is happening. The mind, therefore, has to be in full control. It doesn't remain idle even for 1 minute. It keeps on thinking one thing or the other. And the fact is that the more you shirk your duty, more you shirk work, the mind becomes active. It becomes more active and it becomes restive. Its activity is never to bring any benefit to the individual. It creates confusion. Confusions out of which it's very difficult to come out. The person tends to breed all negative emotions like fear, jealousy, greed, etc. Undoubtedly, these base emotions bring misery and the person suffers immensely. It is only through successful performance of one's duty that brings you the real happiness. Your duty may be anything big, important, or even menial and trivial. Thus, while a ruler or administrator must carry out his assigned duty to the best of his ability, the menial worker also put in his very best into the work which is done by him. The dialogue between Arjuna and Lord Krishna does not remain limited to the necessity of fighting the battle. While explaining the importance of the battle, Lord Krishna goes on to expound the principles which classify all human desires, emotions, and actions. The underlying thought regarding life that establishes itself that the soul is indestructible. Neither it is born nor it ever dies. It emanates from the all-pervading Almighty, goes through various cycles. Through good deeds, it returns to where it came from. it becomes one with the everlasting, omnipresent Lord the Almighty. Since we come here to the world for a temporary period, we should harbor no worldly attachments. The world as we see, as we feel, as we experience, and all its worldly objects comprise one great Maya, illusion. It's a mirage. This is the creation of God, Lord the Almighty. There is therefore no place for personal ego. Nothing really belongs to anyone. All objects are different manifestations of the vast cosmic energy which keeps on changing form. Realizing fully well the illusory nature of the world and one's own transient existence, one can practice detachment. Surely that. It means that you remain where you are. You take all your routine actions, carry out all your duties towards your family, community, state, but you do not have any emotional attachment with any person, object, or position. This is the only way to salvation. Above all, it is the best way to live life in its full significance. The happiness experienced by the person who practices the principle of detachment is far greater than the one experienced by the person who gets involved in trivial, momentary pleasures.